Hello, friends. I am actually really impressed that I am able to do this week and get this out. I thought for sure that I was going to break my promise to myself and not be able to get this podcast episode out. When I started this podcast, I wanted to do a full 52 weeks in a row. So, first season's going to be long, and then I was going to take a little break, but I really wanted to challenge myself to show up every single week, give you guys something to think about, something to ignite your brain or make you laugh or just feel something. I wanted to do that not just for you guys, but for me, being that this is the first time ever that I have made a true podcast, one that's disseminated across all of the platforms, right? I wanted to make sure that I was going to be consistent. And I will tell you that this week has been an insane week. You guys, I wish that I could go fully into it, but to be honest, this story isn't just mine, it's somebody else's. What I will tell you is that it involves my mom, and if you've been in my life or know anything about me or have talked to me for any length of time, you know that my mom is like my person, and this isn't in some weird way. It's just I'm her daughter. I'm her eldest and only daughter. And my mom has been my teacher. She's been my cheerleader. She's been my everything because that's just the way that life worked out. And I will tell you that it has been a rough week for her from a health perspective. And so, what that means for me is that I have thrown myself into full medical intuitive mode. I have been there, I've shown up. And so, while I can't right now because things are still ongoing, and I want to really respect my mom's privacy about, what is going on with her specifically, what I will say is she's still here. Um, and that's very important. But but it also from the standpoint of what is my story to tell about this, it's that I have just been in a go 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 space and go 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 from the perspective of I am healing. I am in a healer mode, and every single day has been just incredible with what I have been able to do, what I've been able to accomplish, not just from a physical standpoint of this is where my body and my energy and my healing abilities have gotten to, the amount of healing and energy that I am putting out and how I am operating through that is absolutely incredible. I've never had to basically do a marathon of healings like this in my medical intuitive career. And so that is surprise number one for me. Surprise number two is that I've always had a dream and a vision about what healthcare should look like. I've talked about it with a few people. I've started now talking about it in public and over all of my platforms, whether it be here, whether it be in my free Telegram group, whether it be on my social media, really talking about how healthcare really needs to be seen as a coin. And there are two sides to this coin. One is medical intuition, the energetic side, the understanding that we're spiritual, energetic beings that can manipulate that energy and that have, that emotional output that we're putting out is an energetic output, and that really does inform the sort of illnesses and diseases that we experience in our bodies. And it's the really one of the key aspects of how we heal and how we cure ourselves. But then also understanding that we are a physical body and that there are certain things that we can do to help the physical body support itself in its healing, and things that we can do to, from a physical standpoint, to allow ourselves to not get sick, right? And I have talked about those pillars probably ad nauseum. I will continue to do so because they are some of the easiest things for us to do. understanding that when we do those physical things keep our frequency, our personal frequency elevated. And when our physical frequency is elevated, we can stave off a lot of illnesses, a lot of colds, a lot of, viruses and things like that because we don't become a frequency match for them. I say all this to say that healthcare in our country right now and in the world, from my understanding and from my perspective, I could be wrong, but from what I've been seeing, healthcare has either said we're only going to go the modern route or we're only going to go the quote unquote Eastern or holistic route. And what happens when that occurs is there's a rejection of the other side of the coin. And in this past week, I've been able to truly experience what it's like to see healthcare move in a way that is actually in reality, in a very practical sense, very, very much, uh, how to say this? In this past week, I've been able to see what healthcare should be like. I have been able to act in the role of medical intuitive, working in concert with the doctors and providers that have been working with my mom. And it has been incredible to be in a space where I'm vocalizing what is very essential and being able to support the energetic side in concert, in tandem with the modern medical interventions that are happening. And what is occurring is an amount of speed that I have never seen. And guys, let me remind you, I have been a nurse for a decade. Okay. I have studied the human body for over 2 decades now. And and I am well aware of what the human body is capable of. I'm also well aware of the average speed of which the body heals when it's only being addressed by the energetics and when it's only being addressed by the physical. More often than not, what I will tell you is that when the energetics is addressed, you see a level of speed that is like is extraordinary. I will say that. I've had clients just recently that have been able to heal things in a week to a month, and it's been incredible. Um, but I've also seen how when only the physical things are addressed, progress can be really slow. And in this situation, in this past week, what I have seen when both areas are addressed is like this. It, I wish I knew the truly statistic numbers for how fast things have gone, but it feels to me that this is 10x. Like this is 10x the speed at which anybody in the same position without this very integrative technique should be responding to treatment. And that to me blows my mind. Like I don't have words. I know that I'm tripping over my words here when it comes to this because it is still so extraordinary to me to be proven right. Guys, this is where I'm gonna just toot toot. I'm gonna toot my own horn because this is this is like the bomb beyond insanity. Truly, like I'm gonna use the hot sauce uh name because you guys I wish that I could And one day I will. Guys, I am not trying to like a gatekeep or anything like that. Once again, I just want to say like, we're still in like the process of things and I just want to be very respectful to the fact that like this isn't my health journey. But one day, and one day soon, I will actually sit down and I want to give the specifics of this so that you guys can fully understand. But for now, just like if you're an intuitive, if you like feel into vibes, I want you to feel into like my vibe and like the mental because I'm like sending you guys. No, this is like incredible. I want you guys to understand how incredible this is. This should not be. That's the thing. And what I know to be true is that I have seen people who have gone through similar things, not the exact same, but similar things as to what she's been going through. And I have seen how quickly or how slowly is probably the more appropriate way to describe this, how slowly they have advanced and how slowly they have healed. And I know exactly how long this where she is today. I know exactly how long it should have taken her to get there. And it has happened 10 times as fast. And so for me, as somebody whose literal purpose, my mission on this planet in this lifetime is to be able to show and prove how quickly this work when it's truly integrative and we're not dismissing one side or the other, when this is my reason for existence and I get proven right, and it's not just, oh, well, Abigail said, like, I have data now, guys. Like, this is what is so freaking incredible to me is that I have numbers, I have lab results, I have imaging, I have. I have vital signs. I have all of the things. And that is what just like gives me so much joy. This is also a weird, I want to say this out loud because I need it to be real for a second. That this is like the most weird place for me to be because my mom has been through it. She's been through, okay, to quote Wicked. She's been through. And that I should be incredibly sad. Like I should be angry, I should be upset, I should be frustrated, I should be like exhausted, which I mean, if I'm being honest, I am exhausted. I've been doing a lot of healings in the last 5 days, 6 days. But what I will what I'll also say though is that I went through a very tiny period of that. And because I was in my healer mode, I did not give myself the ability, the time, I should say. I did not give myself the time to actually be in that space for very long. Like I compartmentalized very quickly. I got the text message and I went in full on into beast mode. I went into healer mode very, very quickly. And I have stayed in that space. I have not had very long, maybe like an hour to really truly allow myself to be in this place where I'm like, oh, this is like the worst thing. Like my person is like is in a state and I don't, you know, God, what is happening, right? That space has been so minuscule in comparison to everything else. And I find myself now because of doing the work and being a part of the healing process here, finding myself like exhilarated. I am exhilarated. I am so joyous and happy that it is kind of stupid. And I'm sure that I haven't been talking to a lot of people, primarily because I don't want people to think I'm crazy. Because I know that if I were to really like start talking about this, actually, like in depth about everything that is happening, people will probably think that I'm nuts. They will probably think that I'm nuts because I am sitting here going, this is like the greatest thing. This is like the greatest thing that has ever happened. It's not, obviously. I didn't want my mom to get sick or have, something happen to her. But from a standpoint of like, I'm a medical intuitive who's here to change the face of healthcare, to literally blow it the fuck up and show people what is actually possible. This is it, guys. Like, I am living it right now. I am in it. I am so deep in it right now. It's incredible to see what happens when you have a medical intuitive basically on staff. I do quote unquote for that because I'm not actually like a part of my mom's paid medical team, but to act in that capacity, to act as the person whose sole job it is to monitor and to perform medical intuitive healings and readings in tandem with modern medical assessment and treatment is, and then actually looking at, what is occurring, to like do the readings before certain lab tests are done, before certain imaging is done, and write down what I am seeing to then be validated by the imaging and the lab results to be able to say, okay, I'm seeing that this is a problem on this imaging or this lab or these vital signs, to then do the healing and then watch the next time to see the improvement, right? This is guys, this is like the most incredible moment of my life so far, because this is what it's all about. This is what I've been talking about. And so I can't be mad. I can't be sad. I really only have like it in me to be just so excited because this is the proof that I've been waiting for. And you know what's, and I want to say, like, I've always known. You guys, like, I have known in my blood and in my bones that this is the way, that this is the way. This is the way. This is the path. I have known this. And I have explained it to people. And people have looked at me like I'm crazy. They have looked at me like I don't know what I'm talking about. They have said, "Yeah, okay, Abigail, we see your perspective, but we just don't see how it's plausible." They have placated me and have acted as if I'm just some, woo-woo fanatical. And now I'm like, I'm being proven right. And to that I say, booyah, modern medical system that thinks that we should just be able to dismiss our energetic selves. And I just say, like, I'm so excited to be right. I'm so excited to be right. So, you guys, I just this for this shits and giggles episode, I just really wanted to like I wanted to put this out here because number one, I wanted to have it be immortalized, that number one, I honor my word and my commitments, and I show up and I show out and I call myself forward and I call myself upward and all of those things. Like, I wanted to do that, but I also wanted to put it down on this day that I was right. I was right. Ah, it feels so good to say. It feels so good to say. Well, that's all that I have for you today for this just shits and giggles episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know that it was probably, you were probably like, dude, now I really want to know. Like, I want to know all the details. I want to know all the things. And I promise you they are coming, but just let me get her through this. And then, I will get permission to fully explain everything that happened, um and all of that. I know that she will be open to it. There's a couple of different avenues that I really would love to like interview her um and really get into the nitty-gritty, because there's two different sides to this. There's why it happened, and then the process of coming back and the healing that has occurred, that is occurring currently. And they're two very different conversations. They're hard conversations. They're um I want it to be a very real thing. Like I want it to be as open and honest as possible. So, just bear with me. Think of this as like part one of the journey. But but guys, just know that like if you have been in any way, shape, or form disappointed with the way that healthcare works, I want you to listen to this and I want you to hear that there is a better way. There is a better way. I have proven it. It is here. I have the answers. And now my new goal, my new mission is to bring it into the light, to bring it into light, to really show that, medical professionals are missing a piece of the puzzle. And that just the same way that we have decided that we need mental health experts for the mental health of a patient, just the same way that we have decided that, doctors are going to be the ones that deal with the physical biology, anatomy, physiology of the human body, we need to understand that medical intuitives need to be professionalized in order to look after and care for the energetic body of the human because it is a vital part of who we are and it has things to say and it's been talking and it's been crying out for attention. And here we are. Here we are. And there is a way forward and it is integrative and it is holistic and it provides a faster level of healing and actually produces cures. And I'm just so freaking excited about it. So, guys, I hope that your week is blessed. I'm sending you guys all of the blessings that I possibly can your way. This let this time, let this month, because we're now here we are in December, let this month be one of joy for you, even during tough times. Let it be a time for you where you are so excited and in joy and in gratitude. Let this be a time for you that when things are hard, you are able to see it from a multiplicity. That's not even the correct way to say that. A multitude. There we go. Let you be able to see this from a multitude of ways so that and perspectives so that you have the full picture so that you can stay out of victim mentality so that you can be in a space where you are open to receiving so that the blessings and the healings that are coming your way, they're here for you and you can accept them and you can integrate them in. You're meant to have an amazing, glorious life. And it is possible. It is possible. And just know that the answers are here for you and the people who are going to help you with that, we are here for you. I am here for you. And I'm blessing this week to come for you and this month and the holiday season. And I just wish you guys all the best. I wish your families all the best. And I just a big hug. I'm sending y'all a big hug because I feel like some of y'all need it. And even if you don't need it, well, here you go. I'm kind of like that duck in the movie Migration that goes like, I'm just gonna hug you anyway, and then ask you like, is it working? If it's not working, well, I'm not gonna let go quite yet. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here for this episode of Breath of Life Conversations. Join us next week for a really crazy, amazing, beautiful conversation with one of my mentors, Sonia G. She is an astral queen. She has been doing intuitive work for almost 2 decades now. I think it's something like 17 years. She's really kind of like an intuitive icon a little bit. And we discuss some of the new energetic technologies that are available for us to start practicing now and gives us an understanding of where we're going and what it means to be working with this and new energetic technology. It's epic. It's good. There's going to be two parts to it. So it'll be released. First part will be released next Sunday, and then the following that next Monday is when part two will come out. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you guys to listen. So join us for that, and we will see you next time on the next Breath of Life Conversations. Bye, y'all.